Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Ben R. Rider. Today we're testing out the SYM ADX 125. It is apparently, at least that's what they say, or when you look at the marketing material, you can go off-road and everywhere and there's no problem. Maybe you can, because in the rear it has a monoshock. Maybe the suspension kind of feels like a motorcycle already. It's pretty nice. I haven't tried it really on off-roading, in off-roading conditions, but it might actually be on par with other scooters which claim to be like that. Price around 4,299 on the road. We have 3 different colors. This one is actually blue. It looks a little bit like purple when depending on where the sun comes from. It has a very nice display, which I will show you in a moment now. So on the left hand side we have the brake lever for the rear disc brake. We have 2-channel ABS front and rear right here for your index finger. We have the passing light switch, which I think is always very convenient. We have high beam, low beam switch. Quality of the switches actually leave a good impression. We have the turn signal switch here. We have the horn switch here. On the right hand side we have the throttle here. We have the brake lever for the front disc brake. We have a hazard light switch here in the front. We have a switch for the start-stop system, and we have the starter switch here. The display, as you can see, is very nice, very contrasty. You can see everything in bright daylight. I like it very much. You can switch around some data, not too much here with this button here. As you can see, we have the speedometer in the middle. We have the RPM counter going around it. We have the fuel level and the coolant level, coolant temperature on the left hand side, and down below we have some data. We have the total mileage, we have the trip, we have the oil, we have traction control. We can turn on or off, and that's about it. You can get into the menu, but there's not really much to do there. We have different modes. We have 3 different modes, different windows, or whatever you want to call it. You can set them to your liking here. We can set the time, the units, the language, and that's about it. There we go. Okay, it's a different display now. It looks a little bit different. Let's go back in there and switch it again. All the control indicator lights are down below. And as I said, you can see the display under any lighting conditions, no problems with that. So when it comes to storage space, we have a cubby hole on the left hand side. We have also the keyless go key in here, which looks like this. And yeah, it looks like the space of an X-Max, actually not too much space, no USB inside, also not lockable as I think. On the right hand side we have the keyless go system here, and we have a quick charge 3.0 USB connection outside here, right here. In order to show you the storage space underneath the seat, I will open up here. And this is what it looks like. So this is the storage space underneath the seat, not very much. It reminds me a little bit of the NMAX. We can fit one full-faced helmet inside, but it has to be upside down. Maybe a jet helmet can fit just like that. But that's the way it is here for this one. So this is the all-new SYM ADX 125, and we'll take it out for a little spin. Let's go! So let's get this little baby started. It starts very quietly. I just turned TCS off for the sound check. Now it's back on, so every time you turn back on, it's for your safety. It is back on the TCS. You don't have to worry about anything. If we go into the city, maybe I will show you the start stop. If I forget about this, start stop is not immediate, as they say in the marketing. It is a little bit with a delay. Reminds me a bit of Piaggio, where they also delayed for the Honda for the and Yamaha X-Max are much quicker when they turn back on after it was turned off by the start-stop system. So the first thing that you notice when you get on the scooter is nice breeze today. It is very hot. Tonight it was about 37 degrees in outside of my apartment, so very hot here. I don't know, maybe 35 degrees. This does not have any temperature gauge here, unfortunately, for the outside temperature. Some people like it. I do like it. This one does not have it. It only has the basic data which shows you in the display. Unfortunately, also it does not show you how much gas you are using. I'm sure they could have done that, and apparently I saw on some Asian YouTube videos where it was actually called the Husky. I don't know why they changed quite a lot of things here. This display is capable of showing videos and everything. But for the European version, of course, we have to be serious. We have to be safe on the road. We don't do this kind of stuff, so we only get the basics, the very, very basics here. But nevertheless, the display is very, very clear and sharp, has a very good contrast, and so far with all the sun here, I have no complaints whatsoever. I haven't had the sun in the rear yet to see if it's still good, but so far very good display. To the seat is in the middle, not too hard, not too soft. I cannot complain. The leg position to my taste is a little bit better than on the X-Maxes and Forzas. First of all, you can sit like this, and you can put your feet a little bit to the front, and actually the angle of attack there is not so high as on the other scooters. So for me personally, this sitting position here is better for me. I'm 175 tall. The handling, whoa, there was some water. The handling is also very agile, very good here in the corners. It has, although it has very small tires, it's not really bad, and you can easily flick it around. And I think after 30 minutes you get used to it and you enjoy it very much. yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of an Yamaha NMAX, to be honest. Also storage space wise and everything. Also the size, they claim it is a maxi scooter. I don't think it is. It is more like a, not a maxi scooter, a regular scooter, I would say. 0 to 100. Go! It is a fairly calm day today, not too much wind, so not too difficult to judge what the windscreen is like. The windscreen basically is almost non-existent. It will put all the airflow onto your helmet, unfortunately, almost like on the NMAX, as I remember correctly. This is very unfortunate. It only looks good, I think, but when it comes to the airflow, not so good. We don't really have that much turbulences and stuff, but in general it feels more like a naked bike kind of style. We go up a hill here now. I have full power. It's a fairly steep hill. We will fall back pretty soon, I'm sure. But yeah, it is a lot of wind here on my face, and definitely good for the city, I would say. Looks pretty nice, pretty stylish. I don't think it's a very good idea to get it for traveling, and as I said, I would not consider it a maxi scooter. So we have the sun. Yeah, we have the sun actually now in the rear. It's shining on the display. Usually not good for TFTs. It looks kind of milky at the moment, but still you can see everything. It is still visible, everything, so no complaints there. The only complaint is about the windscreen, but I mean, with smaller scooters, you're usually like that. And we have space for one full-faced helmet if you put it upside down in the storage space underneath the seat. So to me it looks a bit more, it feels a bit more like an NMAX. The most important thing for this scooter is actually the rear mono shock, so maybe it is actually better. I cannot really test it that much if it really feels better. The other thing is, of course, the styling. The display definitely is visible, easily readable under any lighting condition, probably better than any other Honda with inverted LC display, I would say. Also, it will turn into dark mode, as you can see when you go into a tunnel. You have 3 different modes, as I told you already. If you like this one better, the other one better, and so forth. The all-new SYM ADX 125. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Alright Out. Take care. Bye-bye.